It's amazing when you think about why people become fans of a team. A lot of times it's because like their mom or dad took them to a game when they were little, or they would watch the game at certain holidays with their family. But one of the things we hear a lot is that a lot of fans became fans because they interacted with Casey Wolf at some point in their life. And I remember getting my org chart for the first time. On the org chart, it had a little box that said Mascot. And I remember thinking, wow, I'm gonna be responsible for the mascot. You imagine that mascot is mostly on game day. What I didn't know was all of the other ways that the mascot comes to life during a week. Lamar Hunt, our founder, was all about creating the best fan experience and really bringing joy and entertainment to fans. And then I think he really found the person inside the suit that also allowed it to really come to life. We had one person within that same suit for, 30 plus years. I'd been told from day one that he was one of the most amazing people I would get to meet.
Okay. So, when was the last time you were back in this room?
You know what? I was in this room.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Dan.
Hey, make sure and get that on the bloopers.
We didn't mean to get
I have been hit harder than that, trust me. So I started as Casey Wolf in 1990. It sounds crazy, but some things you just know you were meant to do. When I interviewed with the Chiefs, I realized this was more than just put on a costume on a Sunday. When you've got the most passionate fan base in the NFL, you need to be the most passionate mascot in the NFL too. I still remember the Raiders game. Sometimes we would ride out on a Harley Davidson and try to look like a tough guy, and then I'd get off the bike and act like I was roughing up the Raiders fans. They were basically just friends of mine that I went to church with. That I told them, hey, you let me beat you up, I'll give you a ticket to the game. And so that was always a pretty good trade-off for them. But we had so much fun doing those skits.
Mascots are pretty global and universal. It's also something that doesn't require language, which is really interesting when you think about how do you create a global brand and connect with fans that speak different languages.
I just thought, well, we're talking the Kansas City metro area. I didn't know what I was talking about back then. I've seen how big Chiefs Kingdom is. It's not just here in the United States. It's starting to spread around the world.
A few weeks ago at the Raiders game, for the first time ever, introducing more than just Casey Wolf as part of our Wolf Pack. We launched Casey O Wolf. To have Casey Wolf and Casey O Wolf show up on the field during that game in that kind of like Spider-Man meme moment, I think just helped bring this whole new Casey O Wolf to life. And now Casey O Wolf will get to be in Ireland and hopefully bring a lot of joy to a lot of Irish fans. The greatest part of the story when Casey O Wolf showed up was what fans didn't know at the time. Dan Meers had retired from being Casey Wolf earlier this summer before the season. I can imagine the phone call to him to say, we want you to come back. We want you to go back into the suit, but this time you're the Irish cousin. I think he was probably pretty excited to kind of come back, but also get to do something a little bit different.
I thought, you know what? I hope I'm still in good enough shape to do this. Father Time catches up with everybody, no matter how hard you work to stay in shape. And I'd worked really hard to try to maintain my conditioning throughout the years. But I told the Chiefs, and at the time my wife was sick, and I wanted to be there for her as she, if she was going to recover, because I knew that was going to take a long time. But I also became a grandpa last year. And that was, I got to look at it and I'm like, you know what? I'm a full-time mascot. I'm a part-time grandpa. And I told the Chiefs, I'm like, I want to be a full-time grandpa and a part-time mascot. And I was just blessed to get to do that. But yeah, it's always hard to step away, not only from the job I love, but just the people that I love. As I've said over and over again, I love the people I work with at Arrowhead Stadium. I love Chiefs Kingdom. I love the new KC Wolf. He is a fantastic guy, and he's doing a great job. And for me, it's kind of a proud moment. I'm kind of sitting up in the stands like, go get him, go get him. It's kind of like cheering for my son almost. It's just caused me to realize just the impact you can have on people's lives each and every day. You know, I think we take that for granted sometimes. You know, no matter what you do, whether you're a plumber, a teacher, an accountant, or a NFL mascot, you know, we're called to use our platforms, our time, our talents, our treasures to go out and to make an impact in the lives of others. Because a life that's spent selfishly is wasted. A life that's investing in helping others, encouraging others, you know, that's going to bear fruit for a long, long time. And that's what I've tried to do with this KC Wolf platform, is just continue to use it to invest in the lives of others. On my desk at Arrowhead, I had a quote for years and years that hung there that said that laughter is like changing a baby's diaper. It's not going to change anything permanently, but it sure makes things more bearable for a while. And it was just my reminder that, yeah, what I'm doing here, causing people to laugh and smile, it might not change their circumstances permanently, but it sure is going to brighten their day today. And so each day, that's what I tried to do, just go out and, you know, just try to bring some smiles to people's faces and let them know they're loved.
You know, 30 plus years later, it is again become something that is an icon within the Chiefs world, within Chiefs Kingdom. I think most people have interacted with KC Wolf at some point in their life. And now getting to bring KC Wolf to other countries, to other parts of even the US, is something that we love to do more and more of, so that more people can interact with him. We just see so many more opportunities to keep bringing this character to life.